I'm John Skinner, and this supports my book Striper Pursuit, and you can learn more about the book at striperpursuit.com. And I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description. All right, I want to highlight a series of rods, the Tsunami Trophy 2s. Quite frankly, I think they're underpriced. These are quality rods. They're really nice. I like them. And this one, this 8.5 footer, this is $90, and probably you can find them a little less than that, but that's a pretty inexpensive rod these days. And all right, let's do some fishing. We're going to do some albie, some bass, and I'll say more about the rod in a bit.
Hookup imminent.
Yeah, you might have heard me say hookup imminent. You can't see them because they're so far out, but there was a school of albies way out. That's why I'm using this rod. I usually use my 7-footer, 7.5 footer actually for albies. I needed some extra distance, so I brought this one down. And yeah, you can throw a mile. I'm using a number 2 Deadly Dick, and yeah, with the fish being out a little bit farther than usual, this rod definitely made the difference. I'll say more about it as we go along. And I'm also going to show a little clip with the retrieve speed, so that becomes more obvious. You really couldn't tell on that hookup. And this video was recorded in mid-October. And this is a 2-piece rod, and it performs a lot like a 1-piece. They have a 70-30 split on there, so that split point's much closer to the reel, and you can probably tell by the bend. You really don't see it. It's real close to using a 1-piece. And yeah, so look, we're going to jump over, do something just slightly different before we go back to the albies. You know what? This is a nice, light surf rod. I've got pretty mild surf here. You know, gee, I look at something like this and you just know those fish are going to be in tight to shore. They're going to be near the beach lip. I'm throwing a 1-ounce bucktail here. And yeah, you know, the fish aren't big. Schoolie bass, the rod's perfect for that. All right, different rod, different day. The point of this is just to show that albie retrieve speed. We're going back to the albie fishing here. Yeah, this is top speed, you know, high gear ratio reel. It looks like the rotor's not going around, but that's an optical illusion. The video frame rate is just not fast enough to pick that up because that rotor's going around so fast. But that's it. You know, you're bouncing that tin. You're skipping it on the surface of the water. You know, long cast, as soon as that thing hits, I'm going with that top speed, exactly what you saw there in that video clip, and that's what gets these things going. So I believe they make 7 models of this rod. I also have the 10-footer. I like that one a lot too. What I like about this 8.5 is that it's got good backbone, but it doesn't overpower the fish either. And I would say the sweet spot is probably like 3/4 of an ounce to 1.5 ounces on the lures. And a 4000 series reel, 4000 size reel sounds feels just about right on it. 20-pound braid I think is a good line also. I like to plunge those things head first. That one slipped out of my hand as it kicked, but clearly it took off about 30 miles an hour, so looked just fine. Wow, if they don't make a big run right away, maybe it's going to be halfway through the fight that they do it, but almost every one of these is going to scream like that. These are just such exciting fish. Okay, one more here, but actually the battery's going to die on me right after the hookup. As it turns out on the GoPro, if you like wait 30 seconds or so, you can usually turn the camera back on, get a little more footage. So I did that when the fish came in close. All right, if you're in a tackle store or maybe one of the winter shows and you see these rods, you might want to check them out. All right, hope you enjoyed this, and if you like these videos, please subscribe.